Morning motherfucking YouTube. It's your boy Ronell Wins from the motherfucking Outlet Podcast. It's the greatest and the latest, the boldest and the coldest, aka Platinum with no features, aka King Kong ain't got shit on me, aka like, share, and subscribe to the Ursula, aka Never Let It Slide. So I'm chilling on Facebook, just scrolling through, because I like to just scroll through on Facebook, just for shits and giggles and shit, right? So I come across this motherfucking video of this man trying to jump his son out of a gang. You know what I'm saying? That's basically the premise of the video in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of them kind of things, it intrigues me. You know what I'm saying? It intrigues me because I always see all this shit online about moms have this job, moms have this, and moms this, and moms this. Listen, I have nothing against moms, and I am really making this point clear. I have nothing against moms. You know what I'm saying? Being a mom is an important ass job. But there's a significant weight that comes with being a dad. And I need to get this shit off my chest before this coffee runs out. But there's a significant weight that comes with being a dad. And that's tough love, man. Tough fucking love. Basically what this dude did on camera, which he really is taking the risk himself. You know what I'm saying? But we as black people, and I say black people specifically, you know what I'm saying? Because we the ones that struggle with this problem the most, I believe, right? Is that you have to discipline your kids at home before they go out in the streets and do some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be real. Black folks, we don't have as many chances as any other race. I really do believe this. All right? As a black kid, 17 years old, you know what I'm saying, that does like an armed robbery or does like, or commits a crime or something like that, motherfucking judges with salt and pepper hair will really slap you with 25 to life. You know what I'm saying? Off your first offense. What I'm basically saying in a nutshell is these white folks, these honkies out here in the street is not sparing your fucking kids. They don't give a fuck about you. For real, they don't. And if you do meet some people that give a fuck about you, they are trying to look out for you. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of white folks don't care for real. And I'm not making this no race shit. I'm just calling a spade a spade. But when it comes to the subject of like this man basically, jumping his son out of a gang, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was a very proud moment, in a sense. Because, I know my dad doing shit, not like jumping me out no gang or nothing like that. But, my dad was in my life to some extent when he could be. You know what I'm saying? He drove trucks, did logging. So, whenever he could be home, he could be home. But if he couldn't be home, he couldn't be home. And my dad, I describe him, he's an ass. That's the best way to put it, man. He is an asshole to the core. And I think there's some hereditary shit, man, because my nephew's like that. But all jokes aside, though, man, my dad did do the best that he could to, make sure I did grow up to be an upstanding citizen. Now, granted, I talk my shit. I talk a lot of shit. I talk a shit ton of shit on top of shit that needs to be talked about shit, all right? Basically, what I'm saying is I say a lot of shit off the wall. But I'm not out here shooting up motherfuckers, kicking in people's doors. I'm not the nigga that's out here, stealing and beating up females. And I'm just saying that because, I did have good parenting. Now, at the time, I was irritated and frustrated by a lot of shit that happened. I specifically remember a time of my dad decking me across my face. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid and I tried to jump up against my mom and shit. I specifically remember these events. And what I'm saying is a lot of times with kids, you have to show tough ass love. Like, my daughter, I don't have to do that with her too much. Because she's at that age where, me yelling at her is like enough. You know what I'm saying? Right now. I've never had to I've probably maybe whooped my daughter once or twice. And she's 8. So it's but at the same time, even with her to some extent, you have to be able to show some tough love to your kids. You know what I'm saying? Some shit kids have to learn the hard way. But they gonna learn it from someone that gives a fuck about them. As a parent, I would think that you need to check your child, you know what I'm saying, and their behavior, you know what I'm saying, before they go out in the streets and everything. Me and my mom was just talking about my oldest, right? And he's on this whole kick right now where he's playing Fortnite. He just loves video games. Video games is his shit. You know what I'm saying? And I remember being like that at age 13. You know what I'm saying? And my mom was just like, what was it that she said? She's like, well, he need to get off the game. And I remember what it was like when you was growing up on the game. You have these issues and this, that, and the third. Kids just shooting up schools and that. I'm like, and I'm the kind of person, I'm not a friend of my kids. But if they ain't doing nothing bad, if they ain't creating no suicidal thoughts, or they ain't, like, I talk to my kids whenever I can. If they ain't doing no crazy ass shit, I'm the kind of person, like, let them have it, man. Cause, like, I feel like with children, they could turn out so much worse than just being a gamer. Being a gamer can be fixed. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, like, at 13, he's not a bad kid. Like, I don't have to get on to him about shit like that. Like, he got a fly ass mouth. You know what I'm saying? He got an attitude problem. Credit to his mom. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have to, like, worry about yanking him out of fist fights and going to the school all the time about him starting shit, him stealing from kids and everything. And that, a lot of that credit is to their mom, to be honest with you. Because, I mean, I'm gone a lot just like my dad was when I was younger. My dad couldn't always be home. And that's the downside about being a dad sometimes. Like, yeah, to be a parent, you would have to, like, sacrifice to be home, I would think. You know what I'm saying? But you have to make enough money the way you can take care of your family. So, you know, you have to still be around to the point where you can still somewhat be a parent. But what I'm saying is, in a nutshell, is I don't have to really too much, like, jump on my kids and give them tough love. But I know a lot of kids out here nowadays, like, they be, like, there's a trampoline in the yard. I'll show you. We used to have some kids, right? I don't know whose kids they were. Well, I think I do. But they, every time I came home from work or my mom would come home, they just be back here on the goddamn trampoline and shit. You know what I'm saying? If you could see that motherfucker. Just doing what the fuck ever, dog. And I had to get to a point, I had to start telling them motherfuckers, listen, go home. Get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm going to go tell your mom, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying in a nutshell is it takes a village to show tough love to kids. Like, we as black people have to really look out for each other. In a sense, like, I'm not saying like, oh, okay, you gonna just, you know, I'm gonna beat your kid if you're in the yard. I'm not gonna do no shit like that. But what I'm saying is a lot of these kids out here need some tough ass love, man. Like, they need love, but they need tough love. Because a lot of these kids I see nowadays, all they want to do is be like these rappers. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm beating a dead horse with a point like that. But it's just like, that lifestyle ain't meant for everybody. You know what I'm saying? That lifestyle comes with charges. It comes with felonies. Like, a lot of rappers I see now, they go to, they're in and out of jail. You know what I'm saying? And that's not nothing for a kid to be influenced by, technically speaking. Like, okay, like my kids, like my oldest, his favorite rapper is NBA Youngboy, if I remember correctly. And I tell him all the time, I was like, listen, Cam, I understand you like him. I understand that's your shit. Because, I mean, I was the G-Unit nigga when I was a kid. Still am. You know what I'm saying? But I tell him all the time, like, listen, that shit he said in this song, that's tailored to his life. You don't go imitating that shit. And if I see you imitating that shit, I'm going to bust your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? You have to really be on your kids about tough love. Like, it's a hard thing to watch a kid, you know, a child at 18, you know what I'm saying? Because I used to work in the prison system when I was 18. And I met a lot of niggas that were 18 doing double life, doing life sentences for all kinds of crazy shit. Like, simply because, like, it was a lot of niggas that was in there too. Simply because their fathers wasn't in their life. You know what I'm saying? So, credit to this guy that jumped his son out the game. Because his son could have been potentially killed. He could have potentially killed someone else. Could have been out here robbing somebody. You know what I'm saying? And you need more niggas like, more niggas. You need more dads like that. More guys that are willing to get in and be like, no, this ain't finna happen to you. You really have to have a man in your life to be like, listen, this shit ain't going down like that. And if I see you fucking it up, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, my mom doesn't talk to me like that. My mom will get on me. Yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna be real. My mom, she does discipline. But my mom's like 5'3". Like, to me, I felt like it's hard to listen to her. Like, I always felt like that. But at the same time, I was like, I do respect my mom and I care. But it was my dad that was the one that was the enforcer in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the one that drove the point home to a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? And it's just looking back at it, I'm glad that he did do that. Because I could have been out here really fucking up for real. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't saying life is together. You know what I'm saying? But I will say that, being that I'm about to be 30 this week, because I remember a time in my life I was doing so much that I honestly thought I wouldn't make it to see 21. That was my honest mindset. And then to wake up and next week I'll be 30, it's kind of like, damn. My parents did do some good. Even with my sister, like, we don't see eye to eye all the time. But my sister is an upstanding citizen. Like, she has a lot going for herself. Like, and no one can take that away from her. And that's all credit to my parents. You know what I'm saying? Even as crazy as my dad is. So, everything that happened, you know what I'm saying, the tough love and all the other shit. Parents, please be there for your kids. Please check your kids in their ass when they're wrong, man. And just, be there for them. But this has been Ronell Williams from the Outlet Podcast, man. It's the latest and the greatest, the boldest and the coldest, man. Y'all like, share, and subscribe to the motherfucking illest alive.